Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. The last time that you heard me say those words, I was just hit really hard by COVID, and I'm about 75–80% recovered. No longer have the fever, but I'm still struggling with a few other things. Just generally very tired, coughing, tend to get out of breath if I'm out moving a lot or talking a lot. But this is a little update video. Actually, I'm going to record this intro separately of the video itself because I was going to play a few games against subscribers, and then the server crashed. So you'll see what happens, and I have a nice little sneak peek of something for you at the end. Also, while I was sick, we crossed 2 million subscribers, so thank you very much. Some of you have been around from the earliest days. Some of you just got here from Ludwig stuff or the Wired content or whatever it might be, my shorts. So welcome to the channel. Appreciate you very much. And we have a holiday sale going on right now on Chessly, 40% off, and we have the option to gift. And if you're still looking for last minute little fun gifts, I have a Cameo. So I've been recording like little holiday messages and birthday messages and roasts and so on for people, their families, their friends. So that's all in the description. Enjoy this little video. On Christmas tomorrow, I've got a big video that's going to be a lot of fun for me to record and put out. And then from the 26th until the 30th, we have the World Rapid and Blitz Championships. So going to be a fun way to end the year. Thanks for your patience while I was recovering, and enjoy the rest of this video. First game, I'm going up against an 1800 rated subscriber who plays the move d4. I'm going to start with a modern defense. Also, I don't know why highlight moves is disabled. I'm going to re-enable that. There we go. All right, terrific. So it's a London against a modern. A London modern. Modern London. This is G6 course stuff right here. So I'm going to do this. Of course, London players are completely within their right to play the London against basically everything. They don't know any other openings. Just kidding. I'm feisty, all right? Another thing that COVID did to me is I have upper back pain. It's like where your lungs are, coughing nonstop. So there's a lot of ways to play this position, like a million different piece developments. In the G6 course, one of the benefits of having not moved this knight yet, because normally you have played this move already, is that I play knight d7 preparing the move e5. And then I'm going to play knight to h6. So I'm not going to get in the way of my dark-scored bishop. It's a very interesting way of playing. And then sometimes when the bishop drops back to that square, you have a very non-traditional way of jumping here and trying to take it. That move allows me to play e5 right away, however. I mean, I was always going to play e5. And this is one of the beneficial things about playing the modern with g6 is that you don't actually lose the battle for the e5 square like in a lot of positions. And after e5, I think black is pretty happy. You also don't have to go to h6. You can also go to e7. And again, we don't need to take, but we also don't need to push. Because white will just go here. There's not too much benefit. That kind of overcommits our position. I will play knight h6 because I already described it and kind of discussed its benefits. And also, not going here leaves this square open for my queen, whereas in the other version, I would have actually had to put my knight on f5. My knight can just sort of hang out here. I can always push this pawn to f5. So this looks very non-traditional, but it's one of the benefits of having opening courses kind of to back up your understanding of a certain opening. And now we play castles. So am I losing here? Probably. I just got my monitor open over here. It's like a quasi win at chess episode. I'm just going to play a few games, not overexert myself. Tomorrow's video is going to be very fun. Mini preview of the World Rapid and Blitz. I won't spoil much else. All right, bishop to d3 played. So now that I cannot put my knight there anymore, I'm thinking, what about this f5 and e4 idea? You know, you can always occupy the center with pieces or with pawns. And I have discussed that e4, b4 wouldn't make sense. But e4 certainly makes sense when you're going to be winning material. This is another benefit of putting the knight on h6 instead of on f6, because on the f6 square, I would have been a little bit blocked. I would have had to focus more on putting a rook on e8. Some of my subscribers have notified me that the server is down. I don't see that though. I still see it. That's very strange. My opponent is still here. Well, hopefully the server error resolves itself. Okay. So I can play f4 and e4. If I play f4, pawn takes, the bishop comes here. Pawn takes doesn't have to happen, but the bishop comes there attacking my queen. I don't think I want to trade the bishops or anything because I feel like this bishop is very close to being trapped. In fact, I have a very odd move here, which is g5, which normally is a move that can't happen. Again, because the knight is on f6. But this time my queen actually supports that. I wonder. I mean, I'm looking at it more and more, and it doesn't look bad at all, the move g5. Of course, I can just kind of stay solid. I can get connect 4. But what exactly is the matter with this move and then just this on the next turn? Completely. Isn't the bishop just a goner? Now, okay, so my opponent is trying to break out. I don't blame them. If I play this, then I think they can sneak in here. And of course, I don't want to take, so I'm going to use my g-pawn to kick their knight away from the position. They would prefer to come forward. And the threat is now to go knight to e6. So I can move my knight, which would add a layer of defense like this. Moving my queen would be dangerous because this knight would arrive here and attack my queen. Moving my queen here would also be dangerous, but not because my queen would be hanging, but because that would be hanging. Makes me think I should probably move my knight. But if I move my knight, there's like other potential unpleasantries. I wonder if I can like sacrifice. This is completely unnecessary, but calculating all sorts of crazy lines here that are just probably very stupid, but exciting to look at. Yeah, I mean, I guess I have to play here or maybe rook e8. I have to just cover that somehow. I don't want to go here because, but again, I'm burning too much time. I'm just trying to talk out my thought process, but in reality, all I'm doing here is sitting and not making a move. Let's try to win a little bit of clock back. Go here. Just play a little bit faster. Okay, pawn takes e5. My opponent plays pretty quickly. I guess I'll take with the knight. I mean, pawn is also okay, but I no longer have this idea, so I think I'm going to try to more invest in this. I've overextended a little bit over here. I think my opponent has also overextended a little bit, so I would expect this, and then it's just going to be pandemonium. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this check happens, and then my opponent tries to castle quickly, and then what I'll do is I'll probably come... Oh, no, I can't come back with that knight. Because if check and I come back with that knight, defending myself, bishop takes knight. It's a very sharp position. A lot of tactics here, a lot of interactions of pieces going on, making this position really, really sharp. So, gotta be very careful here. At least I'm not as out of breath as I am if I'm like walking around the house. Talking about chess doesn't leave you as out of breath as physical movement. Anyway, yeah, going back to what I said in the intro. People are wild. Anonymity makes people do some insane things. And just be terrible to one another. I'm going to do this. I don't want to put my king tucked away in the corner. So I'm dropping my e-knight back, and now I'm catching up on time, which is also part of the game. This is also very well supported. I would love to kick the queen out. That would weaken this, but I think it's worth it. I think this is a smart move. I think the queen has to now go back to those two squares and just generally get out of my territory, which is nice. And then I have a tough decision because I can take the knight and then win a pawn, like knight take. But I think that's terrible because I think opening up this rook is just way too dangerous. I don't think I want to do that. So I don't know what to do. I mean, this is like very annoying. I might just wait a little bit. There's only so long I can wait. I mean, I played quickly to get rid of, like, to try to get this piece out of my territory, but man, I'm struggling here. I mean, what, I gotta play some ugly defense, maybe bishop here. Oh my god. I mean, when you are under, I don't know, I would not go as far as to say I'm under some sort of catastrophic attack here, but when you are under attack, it's definitely to your benefit to trade. And right now, I'm definitely under some pressure. What the heck is that move? That's not a good move. What is that move? That move doesn't do anything, like, at all. Just kind of gives me a free pass. So I think I'm going to improve my position. When you're under attack, it's good to trade, right? So, like, if I trade a queen and a bishop and a rook, suddenly the attack is not quite as felt. By the way, I'm still not taking here. I think it's way too dangerous to open up the position. I don't like that I'm just permanently down a minute on the clock here. I don't like that. I also don't like that the server error keeps getting reported. Bishop takes e5. Let's take with the pawn. So now I no longer have a weakness. These pieces can't come in either. It's very funny. I boot up for a video and I crash the server. Well, we still have about 10 minutes for it to recover. Otherwise, I don't know. Who's gonna reboot the server on Christmas Eve? That's very funny. All right. E4. Now the idea here is quite simple. The pawn move has opened up the queen, and also by trying to trade and improve the position, white is trying to continue to pose me problems. My options are ignore it, push, or take. Taking is ridiculous because there's no need to allow the knight with the tempo and split up my pawns. Pushing looks very reasonable. Ignoring also looks reasonable, but I don't want to explore any position where that pawn moves and two knights get a free square. So I think closing the door here is actually very beneficial. I think this pawn shift only benefited me. Because I think now both of white's knights kind of lost the transfer square. Oops. And now my opponent hung a queen. Oh no. Oh no. And there's no takebacks on chess.com. I thought that was such a good game. Oh. Oh, it's never too late. Oh, it's never too late to hang a queen. Ah, they were playing so well. I mean, they were playing like an 1800. And then disaster. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that's brutal. That is tough. There's just nothing. I mean, that's just a full queen. I'll analyze it though. I mean, obviously. I'm gonna continue to close the position. That's sort of deflating because I feel like my opponent was really doing such a nice job for so long. I'm gonna come back and trade. Now, obviously, you can take whatever you want. You are up a big amount of material, so my next move is gonna be to get the rooks off, take, go for this. I'll go here. I don't know what we're gonna do. If there's a server error indefinitely, I might just cut this recording and then edit in a game later, or I might just end the video. It's also a possibility. This was not supposed to be just a one-game recording. But chess.com server crashed. So, it's life. What can you do? Yeah, my opponent resigns. Oh, man. That was a very good game, and then... Oh, there's a console. That was unfortunate. All right. The opening was interesting. I thought I sort of got what I wanted. Knight h6, castles. So f5 is an option. The computer wants me to take. Why does it want me to take? And then give a check, and so what? Ah, and then play knight f5. Okay, that's fine. And then the computer is basically just saying black is doing well. That's why it's minus 0.8. Okay, I didn't really think about that, but it makes sense. The idea here is that black castled really quickly, and despite not having all of the development down, black actually has a faster attack on white. And one of the ways of keeping a king in the center of the board is by making sure, you can like deliver checks that don't sabotage your position. So by making one of these pieces block the king, you improve your position, you make your opponent waste time, and then you win control of certain squares that you couldn't improve. So basically, you just effortlessly improved your position by like 3 moves. And basically, anytime you want, you can now get the 2 bishops, and black just has the dark squared bishop on the board. So that's actually kind of the culmination of the entire idea of the opening right there. I did it this way, and I guess g5 was just a little optimistic. Let's put it this way. I should have been a little bit more relaxed. I should have played e4, or I should have like slowly built up my position for a bigger attack. I got a little bit overexcited, and I thought that even here my position was good. It looks like it is. Wow, I should sacrifice. What? Oh. I was gonna go here, thinking that I trapped the bishop. But what I should have done is I should have taken and... Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I didn't... I did not see that. Wow. I did this instead, which I guess is bad. Yeah, and then here, my opponent had a very nice position. So I played a little bit too aggressively, and I overextended before my opponent committed their king, which allowed them to do this. And here white is just clearly better. Like, white just has a very good advantage. So I kicked out the queen. And yeah, the top line of the computer here is to go here, 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 and just hang on. I think that's not very human. I think doing this is crazy. Personally, I would never do that. So I tried to trade off the bishops. Yeah, this was a bad move. I mean, I knew right away, but it wasn't like a horrible move. It lost some of the advantage. But I think my opponent here should have been a little bit more forceful. Computer wants my opponent to go here. Basically, you just don't want to go here and allow me to trade like every piece. Because as I was saying, if I trade everything, I'm no longer that much worse. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much of an attack anymore. You trade every single piece, guy is no longer under any attack. So you gotta be mindful of how many pieces you have attacking and how many pieces you can afford to trade. And then e4 was a bad move because I got to play f4. Even here, white is still probably doing well. But you have to start finding obscure moves like queen c2, which I can't really explain. c5 I can explain. You're trying to go here and just control some squares. But yeah, unfortunately, then the queen hang happened. Let me see. Let me see if the subscribers still cannot access the server. Wow. That's funny. Well, I will, I'll try to boot up a game, the second game. That was a nice job by my opponent. I mean, essentially that game can be summarized by doing a nice job punishing my over eager self with this g5 stuff. In general, you got to be very careful when you do pawn storms where you're castled, especially if your opponent has kind of like a free roll on that side. Like if my opponent was already castled, h4 would have not been a very good move. But the ability there to punish my over-aggression was well met. It was well met, and I had to bounce back a little bit. I mean, sometimes in these episodes, I do play a little bit more aggressively maybe than normal, just to see how folks will react. This person reacted super, super well for a good amount of time, but then hung their queen in one move. That's sort of how chess goes sometimes. I'm going to try to see if I can start the second game. Let's see what happens. I'm white in this game. It says the person's not online. It's probably because the server's down. Yeah. Brutal. Well, I guess I'll just summarize the video. And if anything changes, I'll just edit this part out and you will never see it. That's funny. Yeah, COVID was not fun, is not fun, was not fun, is not fun. Still testing positive, obviously. I hear you can test positive for like 2-3 weeks after, if you just have like trace amounts. It's pretty wacky disease. And there's going to be a good video coming out tomorrow. I'm also in the process of finishing up a middle games masterclass course. Maybe I can take you behind the scenes. Maybe I can like make this video even more sweet for you. I might just do that. Let me do that for you without giving away too much. Yeah, I'll show you right now. So I am working on a middle game masterclass that I will have out for. I wanted to have out for you during the holidays, but unfortunately got delayed because I got COVID. And it's this. It's basically every middle game concept that you guys struggle with. Starting from positional evaluation to your bad habits, like one-move threats, disregarding opponent's plans, attacking, defending, making a plan. There's going to be a bunch of examples. Converting winning positions, using your pieces, when to trade, pawn play, sacrifices, weaknesses. I'm very excited for this course. Very, very excited for this course. Every chapter has like studies, drills, quizzes, and we're just going to be adding more and more. So super, super pumped for that. And that was what was supposed to launch. Unfortunately, I got sick, but that will come in the new year. But yeah, this is like a little update video. Hopefully, you now, hopefully you kept yourself occupied the few days I was away. I still had my shorts getting uploaded though, so hopefully you enjoyed those. Yeah, I mean, I will see you all tomorrow for like a real official Gotham style content. And then from the 26th until the 30th is going to be World Rapid and Blitz. So we're ending the year strong. I'm gonna rest today. I'm gonna get my voice back because I'm gonna need it from Christmas until the end of the year to put out this content. So I'm sorry the server crashed. I can't get any games going against my subscribers, but hopefully this video was still worth it. So appreciate you all very much. If you're celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. For all of you celebrating whatever it is that you're celebrating, happy holidays, and see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say get out of here. Sorry, I'm out of practice. I was retired for 3 days. Get out of here.